You know that person who gets invited to a group chat and just never replies? Who shows up to a party, actually talks to people, and leaves without posting a single story? Who, when someone asks, "Did you see that on Instagram?" just says, "I'm not on Instagram." And the whole room goes quiet, like they just admitted to living in a bunker or reading newspapers by candlelight. Yeah, that person isn't broken. They might actually be the most mentally free person in the room. Here's what nobody is saying out loud in 2025. While 5 billion people are training their brains to crave a dopamine hit every 8 seconds, the people who walked away from all of it are operating on a completely different psychological level. Not because they're anti-technology, not because they're hiding from the world, but because they made a decision that most people are too addicted to even consider. They chose their own attention back. Neuroscientists have been studying what heavy social media use actually does to the brain, and the findings are uncomfortable. Repeated scrolling literally reshapes your reward circuitry. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, patience, and self-control, shows measurably reduced activity in heavy users. You're not just wasting time, you're rewiring yourself to need constant external stimulation just to feel okay. But here's what they found in people who don't use it at all. Their brains show stronger activation from internal rewards, meaning they don't need 300 strangers to validate an experience for it to feel real. The experience itself is enough. Psychologists call this intrinsic motivation, and once your brain runs on it, you are genuinely untouchable by the comparison trap that quietly destroys everyone else. Let's be honest about what social media actually is. It's not connection. Connection is looking someone in the eye. Connection is a conversation that goes longer than you planned. Connection is being fully present with another human being. What social media is performance. Every post is an audition. Every story is a status move. Every caption is a calculated bid for approval from people who are simultaneously doing the exact same thing. People who don't use social media looked at that system and said, "I'm not auditioning for anyone." And when you stop auditioning, something remarkable happens. You start actually living. Now, and this matters, some people avoid social media for the wrong reasons, not out of freedom, but out of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of being seen, fear of comparison going the other way. That's not the same thing. That's avoidance cosplaying as principle. The people we're talking about aren't hiding. They're opting out. There's a fundamental difference. One is running away. The other is choosing where to invest your energy and deciding that this particular game isn't worth playing.
Here's a number that should stop you cold. The average person spends 2 hours and 27 minutes per day on social media. That's over 900 hours a year. That's 37 full days gone every single year, scrolling through other people's lives instead of building your own. People who don't use social media get those days back, and the research is clear on what they do with them. They read more, they sleep better, they report deeper friendships, not more of them, deeper ones, because they're not spreading their social energy across 600 acquaintances they haven't spoken to in 3 years. Quality over quantity, depth over breadth, presence over performance. There's one more thing that doesn't get talked about enough: creativity. Artists, writers, musicians, creators of every kind who step away from social media consistently report the same thing. Their work gets better immediately because they stop creating for an algorithm. They stop chasing engagement. They stop turning every idea into content and start turning it into something that actually means something. Social media quietly turns everyone into a personal brand. You're not just living, you're marketing yourself. And most people don't even notice it's happened. People who opt out, they're not brands. They're just people. And in a world where everyone is performing their life for an audience, that might be the rarest, most radical thing a person can be. So if you're someone who doesn't use social media and people keep looking at you like something is wrong with you, let them. You're not missing out. You're not antisocial. You don't need to explain yourself. You've figured out something most people won't admit until they're years deep and exhausted. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Every hour you spend scrolling is an hour you're handing to an algorithm that profits from your insecurity. You took your attention back, and in a world designed to steal it, that's not weird. That's everything.